forwards. I'm just an hour and a half late. Oh, the fucking carnage. I'm going to have to crop this episode.
No.
Yes.
You keep the podcast and just confuse people, and then the D&D just starts at some point.
We released a video, episode X, Prologue, and released that as a podcast.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the point.
nothing
The impromptu-
at all.
Does
Yeah.
this just become the podcast, and we just ignore the episode and don't include it?
At some point we play D&D.
We donate to a fictional D&D game that we aren't actually playing at all. It's just like it's just numbers going up on the screen so people can get their get their fix. Oh, number go up.
But like seriously, at this point, Tuffy, the name of the podcast must be pre-game discussions.
Pre-game discussions, yeah. Well, KB Warriors into the podcast. Anyway, so yes, episode game. We must play some D&D. We did promise. So we did. So at the moment we're at the comments. So just to sort of, I'm just gonna get into character, and you guys are gonna fall into place. We're just gonna go with it. We're professionals. We are.
Wait, you guys are getting paid for this?
No, yes, that was right, yeah. He filed you all out of the office, and you've got to go and get the commandant. So this has fuck all to do with me. This is on you. The NPCs that I'm playing are not in your presence right now, because you've just left the office. You're going to get the Weasel Lord, to go invite him to join the commander at the giant beehive. How obvious is this entirely improvised?
Khozak has no intention to do any of that.
Someone's washing machine is running.
Oh yeah,
it's me. I'll close two doors. I got two doors between me and the washing machine. I'll do that and grab a coffee. Since you guys are beating up with the Weasel Lord, and the Weasel Lord is being played by someone, not me right now, I'll just leave you guys crack on. And I'm sure I'll be back by the time we head to the entrance of the beehive, and then I can do shit.
Right, so we exit the administrative office of the bee colony. It's just it's a colony. It's a troop of bees follow alongside of Tebben, Skitter, and Khozak in the back, as they come out of this oddly shaped, very sort of natural bee-like shape. Walk out. I guess. Like, when the hell where did we leave you last?
I believe I gave the cheese to the guards and we entered. So
Right.
let's just say you exit the building and I'm there,
Oh, perfect.
stepping
Yeah,
out
we
of a
walk out.
shadow as I usually do.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Right, that'll be me in the future.
Hello. Hello there. It's
Uh,
been a bit.
where the hell have you been?
Just attending to some shadow business. You know how it is.
No.
Oh
I
shit. Wait, what? Are you telling me that you don't have a regular shadow businesses to tend to?
No.
That is weird. I would suggest you to check in with the doctor.
Khozak sort of like blinks like twice with his one eye. It's more like a weird wink. Okay. I don't understand the insinuation here. And I guess some of us are being scorned.
Yes.
Fuck. How does it work?
That one is something that Duffy needs to claim, and then he gets to bullshit on us.
Well, I guess you want to roll for it on a D2. Just roll flip a coin, see who gets it.
No, the scorn is I think it's Duffy getting an inspiration. Oh no, that's the infernal
Okay.
inspiration.
As the neutral third party, I will flip a coin. Someone call heads, someone call tails.
It's
Okay, the heads has been called. It's tails.
Alright.
So I assume
So,
technically you're calling to not be hit, so I guess Ozzy
Of course
gets
I am.
hit.
What? No! I was the one who called heads. No! Alright, fair enough. I'll take it. I don't care.
Okay.
I have 109 hit points. I paid for them all. I'm gonna use all of them. So KB Warrior, I think it's exclamation mark scorn, and then it should roll a 2 hit or something like that. Just do that in chat.
Yes.
That is a nice command to hit each other.
Yeah, like burn and holy fire. I don't know, something Warhammer-ish.
There we go.
Rolled a 20 to hit. Yeah, that sure hits me. Sure
I need
hits
to
me
up the damage on that. Fuck.
for 14 damage.
Uh,
That is a drop in my HP pool.
yeah, I need to up that. Roll
No,
that.
don't, because it'll one-shot anyone else but me.
No, I'm not going to put up that much, but it's got to be.
Okay.
I mean, you all got more spells, more heals, and things like that now, so it definitely needs to be more. You're not going to one-shot someone.
I think
Should
I'm
be
the
at
only
least
one who.
68.
I think I'm the only one who
60?
can heal Taffy.
It should, yeah, 60, but maybe a bit more than that, actually. 68?
80-10.
We are
Eight-
rolling d6s, Taffy. Just 66. That's not good enough. That's like a that's like a big chunky one.
Sounds good,
Nah.
yeah.
And please, if chat start half hitting the other party members from me, it's gonna be just really weird for me to just stand there like, oh, the fuck.
So, yeah, alright. We'll have to do, do it, I can't be fucking with that right now. So, we do an 8d6 for now. So, roll that again.
8d6.
Yeah,
Alright,
well-
I'm getting fireball, boys.
Yeah.
Uh,
Level
Claiming-
level 9? It's fucking nothing.
I'm claiming my hit points back if that's this thing that KB is gonna scorn my ass.
8d6 is on average half of my entire HP bar.
Yeah.
But not mine.
Yeah, for Infernal Scorn, somebody had to drop 1,500 points to do that.
Okay.
Don't worry, Vic. I'll heal
It'll
you.
be fine.
Okay. It's still not fixed, Taffy. It's still 46.
No,
But I guess I'll just take
What?
another.
No. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm doing 86 and
damage.
rolled it twice for it. Otherwise, I'd have to I gotta redo that script, and I'm not doing that now. We've got enough delays.
I'll take another 14 points of damage.
There
Look
you
at
go,
that. That's
28.
a third. That's
That's exactly average.
That's a fourth of my hit points.
Perfectly balanced.
So
Yeah.
Xander randomly says you're in pain, and see, this is what happens. Exactly, this is what happens when you're not tending to your shadows.
It's like he got belted in the last session as well, didn't he? The fucking the ground
Right.
opened up and his
Yes,
burped
he
again.
was like-
I just he sort of stepped out of me. He thought, God damn it, I hate it when that happens. And hits him again. Fuck.
I hate it when he does that. All right. I guess I'll take a breather and do some breathing exercises.
I'll be right back real quick. Deliver.
Alright.
Delivery.
Okay.
Khozak will do some breathing exercises so he can win.
We need a. We don't have a shad. We don't have a lotus. We've a. Oh, I love the way he's done that. That's fantastic. Oh, you can zoom in way further than you used to be able to. They've changed things.
Don't let it stay on.
Oh,
the
the
people in
message,
the
the
back.
no-net.
The message will stay throughout the entire month.
Month of trial and
Remind people.
tribulation has begun, my brothers. So he's wandered off. So have you guys just like getting absolutely scorned by chat? How far are we to know the entrance of the beehive?
Okay,
have you
so
spoke to the
we-
weasel yet?
No, we just left. Xander and Khozak were sort of like getting caught up. Xander had been doing some shadow business, and that was important for his health.
Oh, we're
Khozak
gonna
didn't
do that.
understand what the fuck he was meaning by that. That's like some thieves' cant right there. We're sort of deciding what to do now. Khozak wants nothing to do with this ridiculous bullshittery that is going on, with Skitter and Teppen. So he sort of just he sort of wants to go do something else. But currently Xander isn't here, so Khozak is going to he's gonna see if there's anything interesting in the town that isn't like fucking revolutions. I've had enough of those. It's too many. New town, new revolution. I can't be arsed.
She's been through a couple of them.
You wouldn't believe how strict some hobgoblins are about like whole hierarchy is a thing, right? But if you keep fucking up, we'll don't want to work it for you anymore. So it's rough, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of paperwork to do.
I'm gonna be without camera for a sec because my food just got here and I haven't
Do you
eaten a
want to
bit.
turn into an impromptu mukbang?
No. All right. I guess I'll go get some food as well. No, I don't want.
One of these days we'll see Vic's food.
But I get. Khozak doesn't give a crap about the Weasel Lord. He doesn't even know him. He looked like a drunk guy in the back of a fucking alleyway. He doesn't want to deal with it.
Which is accurate.
Yeah, no, it's accurate. So you just want to deal with him. It's like, it's so weird.
We could divert to something else. You don't have to follow the fucking script because there is none.
Yeah, so if there's nothing interesting, I think Khozak is honestly thinking about skipping town and just like, fuck this shit, I'm going somewhere else. Because at the moment, Khozak just sort of wants to do something to take his mind off this ridiculous shit that's happening. Yeah, he wants to find some entertainment.
Okay.
Yep, Xander would be down for that.
All right.
I don't know whether they introduced Karen just yet.
He exists in the law. I mean, I do all my work to pay alimony to Karen. She is just the worst of my ex-wives.
Worst by X.
One of many.
All right. Okay. Because I gotta keep trying to introduce these NPCs, but I got one. No, not a character, no. All right. So, yeah, you guys should have head off. Are you on foot?
Yeah, I don't think in a bee settlement. Is there any stables here to buy horses?
Remember, I'm in the parking lot. You know where the stables are.
Right. Yes, of course. Go to the parking lot. There's got to be like a stable around there somewhere, isn't there?
Yep.
Because Khozak is getting tired of walking around. That's beneath him. The dirt is, at least.
Yeah, walking's beneath me, like quite literally. It's down there, isn't it?
That's a 14 intelligence move right there, baby.
Okay. You have any sort of as much as I'm a massive fanboy of Mike Myers, I'm gonna struggle with this. All right, okay. So you guys into the parking lot. There's some stables there. There's stable hand working away. You can hear screaming and shouting of some think of the most like to the bone visceral sort of woman screeching, right? Like it's almost like the demon of nagging. You can hear, and with the, sort of like the soft murmurs of a very meek sounding weasel lord in the building next to it.
Yes, dear. No, dear.
Other than that, it is a stable hand. Yeah.
Right.
It's the only bit of staff you could see there. He's just sort
Okay.
of tending to shit.
Just making sure I'm not losing my cool next to the most dangerous creatures on our glorious little plane here. All right, but I think Khozak will go over towards the stable hand and inquire about some mounts, possibly.
Okay, is your man there? Oh, hi, hello. You dropping off or picking up?
Looking to buy.
Oh, buy. Well, none of these are for sale per se. I'm just the valet. All these belong to people that are staying here. And you hear a voice just over your shoulder going, "Oh God, my Mike Myers impersonation is going to be fucking atrocious." Hey, over here. No idea what I'm doing with that. All I can do is groovy, baby. But we'll get a few of those in. Oh, over here. Over here. Hi. Where are you headed?
Anywhere.
Oh, groovy, baby. Groovy. Yeah, I could totally accommodate you. Just I'm gonna give up on this one. we're gonna have a Welsh Mike Myers. Fuck it. I'm just gonna use groovy, baby. I'm gonna use all the tropes and stuff he does.
Groovy. I don't know.
Yeah, it is a surprisingly difficult impersonation to do. Go look it up. Impersonations of Mike Myers. You will not find many.
Right. Khozak will sort of turn towards this person.
Yep, so the gentleman you see, he's wearing an extremely ostentatious suit. It's velvet, bright, like a very bright red color, and he's got this white cravat coming from his neck. He's got a shit-eating grin on his face. Pair of sort of specs. Despite his just overly sunny nature, it's somehow infectious. Well, I'm just heading out of town myself. That's what it is. I can't do a Canadian accent. I could barely do an American one.
Just say sorry more.
Say sorry more.
Anyone who knows Xander can tell his face currently shows, oh yes, a con is in the brewing right here. This guy looks like he's got a lot of money.
Khozak will sort of look at this individual. When you procure horses or mounts, rather.
Procure horses? No, baby. I'm just heading out of town. I'm just gonna look for a groovy time. Yeah, baby, yeah.
Right. Something tells me we should accompany this gentleman.
Khozak lean down sideways. This man is cooked up in the head. Why would we do that?
Because he's rich. And rich.
Does he look rich?
A velvet suit. That's
right.
A very extremely clean velvet suit.
Yeah.
He probably smells fantastic.
And
oh yeah.
You know, Khozak, I get it that you're new in the profession with our group, but rich and stupid comes hand in hand for our clients.
Okay. I see what you're getting at. Feels a little scummy. Khozak will sort of... Oh, sorry.
Come on, hop on up.
Right. Khozak will go to the gentleman and say, do you perhaps have transportation to get out of this hellhole?
Well, this is my ride here, baby. Come on, hop on up. And he just sort of like, this weird sort of, sort of skip. And despite him being sort of somewhat short and frumpy and not what you would call an athletic build, he almost like vaults quite elegantly straight up and lands straight in the top of the cart. There's plenty of room for everyone, baby. Come on.
Xander already getting on the cart, and also
it's got spinners on the.
Of course.
It's got spinners on the cartwheels, and there's like a canopy over the top of it, which it's got this weird, like you don't recognize the pattern per se, but it's sort of like a red asterisk with a blue background, like a white and red asterisk with blue background.
Is the wood of the cart purple?
Oh yeah, 100% be purple.
Khozak goes
I'm not a shit polar paint. This thing is it's polished and it's a beautifully, a very professionally done coat on it. It is the cart is as ostentatious as he is.
All right. Khozak goes in and is like, fuck, it's one of those Fey Lords again. Goes into the cart.
Xander's red scrap immediately positions in a non-suspicious position, but also in a position that would let him see if there's a coin purse maybe somewhere to be grabbed.
So what do you guys do?
Exactly that. Victor just said.
No. He's asking in character.
Ooh, sorry. Yeah, it just sound like you. Right.
Maybe I should just end every sentence in baby, and then maybe that.
There you go. That's like a perfect end quote.
So what do you do? What do you do, baby?
We
are bodyguards. Bodyguards for hire. These places are quite dangerous, you know.
Oh, danger. Danger's my middle name. No, actually, it really is.
What's your full name?
Names?
My name is Austin Danger Powers. Yeah, baby. I'm an agent. Yeah.
An agent of?
No, just an agent. An agent of my of Her Majesty.
For hire?
Oh.
No, not at all. Part of Her Majesty's government. Yeah. Yeah, because you're going to do a Canadian accent trying to do an English accent. I'm English, you see. Bad teeth. Very bad teeth.
Right. God, I don't know.
So, someone so important must must have some other people to guard them, no?
Oh no, I'm more than I can handle myself.
Of course you can, but you shouldn't have to. You are important. You are man of the Queen, after all, no?
No, I understand. I'm incognito. You see.
No, I believe. Oh, Khozak, what is the name of the kingdom we are in currently? I'm pretty sure it is not Cognito.
Bees.
Ah, yes, we are in Bees, not incognito.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, it's the thing, and the horse starts going, and as it's doing it, it's bringing its hooves up like this. The horse is prancing.
Oh my god.
Of course.
So yeah, I just
has a very awkward time in there. Yeah, oh, sorry.
So yeah, I've just been popped into town, doing a bit of spying, and a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and you know, places to see, people to do. Yeah.
I'm sure. Fuck.
I am pretty sure that what he meant, yes.
Yeah. Pretty sure too.
And we're at this point, we're going to see like a bit of wisdom checks, wisdom saves for both of you as well.
Yeah, you got it.
You know this is for you. Charm.
13.
Oh shit!
Okay, you guys are. I'm not gonna. Level 9, so that's 4 proficiency, isn't it?
Probably make it.
Yeah, 4 proficiency. He's gonna have to have it. So it's gonna be a +9 on that, so it'd be a 17. So yeah, you guys just make it. DC would be a DC 17.
I don't have advantage.
Yeah, but you rolled twice. Oh, the first one roll is from earlier.
Yeah, no, the first one was to see if I could steel myself against the horrors of the Karen, but no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this one you have succumbed to his charm. You started looking at him, and it's like that. This, you know.
Oh no! Wait, haha! I have advantage on charms effects, so it is a 17.
It is a 17. So you both, neither of you succumb to his sort of charm, but you know, he is. Hey, we got a victor back. He's finished eating.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, those that came for the mukbang. Only I perform the mukbangs, just because I can't be arsed switching the fucking camera off when food arrives.
I totally forgot fucking hobgoblins have advantage on resistant charm.
Fey ancestry. So yeah. So the Fey Prince is taking you off down the cart. So I don't know what could happen here. I wonder. I thought I introduced this character, and I thought some ideas will start swimming. It didn't help that I only had 4 hours sleep last night, so my improv brain's a little bit, but I'll come up with something. So you guys traveling down the road with this thing, he tells you sort of some wild-sounding stories of his days, you know, being a spy for a Majesty service. He's an agent, but his most profession is a sort of spy. But listening to the sort of things that he gets up to, it doesn't seem that he does really much in the way of spying. It's less information gathering. There's a lot of infiltration. There's certainly, you know, reconnaissance and not reconnaissance. There's what's the word? Scouting. Yeah, it's more the sort of scouting, but less of the reconnaissance and more of the sort of going in, defeating all of the henchmen, and then, you know, getting captured and then being in some elaborate, slow succumbing to death mechanism, which he escapes from, and then eventually defeats the bad guy. And there's quite a lot of stories about this.
I feel like Khozak is sitting there as like a military officer and just listening to all these highly unlikely events. Like,
so, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. So, how about you, baby? You look very strong and a capable sort. What adventures have you found yourself in? He asks Khozak.
Oh yeah, the big and strong one. Khozak will sort of, well, I have been on the path with these fine folk, Xander here and 3 others, a kobold and some sort of
I'm gonna nudge you.
other small creature.
What the plan I'm going to do here, right, is that you tell a story, start telling the story, and then we're going to do die rolls and see what actually happens. So we're going to sort of like impromptu, sort of like, kind of like almost in a flashback-esque, we're going to play a short story with Khozak. And we're going to do the same as Xander. That's my plan.
Alrighty.
Let's give it a go.
Well,
I think I can pull it off.
All of what we've been doing so far has felt, and he looks to Xander, and just very meaningless. And I don't rightfully know why I continue to be with you.
Tell me so. No.
I haven't learned that much.
Tell me something. Tell me something of your past. Tell me a great adventure that the great Khozak has been on. I'm eager to hear.
Go take a deep breath. Well, in ages past, hobgoblins have always been known for their brilliance when it comes to fighting and conquest. He sort of no, I can't use thaumaturgy for that one. All right, fair enough. But Khozak sort of continues. I was born in a large warband, who a mother who did not care for me and a father who wanted to see me become the very best. And well, I don't rightfully remember my first couple of years while living, but I doubt that anyone does as a babe. But I have I don't remember my mother's face. My father is a stern man. He trained me in the arts of warfare, like any hobgoblin was. I joined the regiment at an astoundingly young age of 11. Most of my companions around me was 12 or 13. Yes, you might think that that is a ridiculous time for a hobgoblin to be drafted into the army, but at that age, I was about as tall as Xander.
No, I totally get it. My father was a spy also, and I suppose the trade was kind of pushed onto me also.
Well, it felt like the only way to go was to forge some bond with the military, because honestly, that's all we do. We conquer and we kill in his name, and he sort of makes a little sort of like a Christian would form us like a cross in front of his face. He just puts a hand up to the sky and sort of like spreads his hands and clutches it and then pulls it back down again.
But, will you tell me about one of your battles?
My first battle was when I believe I was 15 or 14. I don't rightfully remember. But that day honestly, I didn't even see combat. I was in the back. I was supposed to learn how fighting is done from a perspective of not being in the battlefield itself. So I looked upon my brethren as they bravely charged the enemy. This enemy was obviously the elf.
Okay. So you're gonna sort of charge on that. Give me a wisdom check.
A pure wisdom check, okay. Natural 1.
You were terrified this battle.
Yeah. And I've never seen so much bloodshed one place. And saw many brethren fall. Many of whom I had made relationships with, talked with prior to the battle, and how full of life they were, how they were looking forward to honoring Maglubiet's honor.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Good at those. Another natural 1.
In your sort of fear, you didn't see it until it was too late. As you're sort of nearing the sort of back of this, as you've sort of fallen behind, so, terrified, it up to the front. You didn't quite see it until it happened, where there was another, a second group, smaller group of elves looking to ambush in the back to get you guys caught into a pincer.
All right.
You lost two of your brothers, like immediately, side by side. But as you sort of stumbled back, you've just managed to survive that first onslaught. Now, tell me what happened.
And when we were looking on to the battle, I don't know how it could have slipped the mind of my commanders, but we were ambushed, attacked from behind by a rogue gathering of elves. Two of my friends standing next to me died immediately. As 2 arrows entered their throats. I turned around, stumbled, and an elf threw his blade across my eye. And that is the day I lost it.
Give me another wisdom. Give me another wisdom check.
Okay. 6.
You're starting to find your feet a bit. You're still terrified, but you're starting to find your feet a bit. You've got the wits enough to hold your weapon, but you are still afraid. What happened next?
As I was cut, blood poured all around my face and into my other eye. I couldn't see well. I only saw the outline of the elf before me. A man stood in front of me, another of my commanders. Attacked the elf. We cleaved him, killed him. And he looked to me, and in the moment of combat, he used a bit of time to shake me out of my shock.
Let's give a wisdom check now with advantage.
Okay.
So your commanders get your shit together. 21. Right. At this point, it's sort of like just in the sort of the aura of this commander and the respect that you had for him, and probably in a way that you looked up to him as a sort of as a role model, as somebody you wanted to be one day. And it's that sort of thing that snapped you out of it. It's like, no, I can't be the coward. Not now.
No. He did shake me out of my stupor. Washed away the blood from my eye. Looked at me. And I'll never forget his words. In life, as in war, the stronger force wins, Khozak. Don't be the weak one. And he continued to charge to battle, and I followed him.
So the commander rallies the shambled. What's the word I'm looking for? The broken. The broken line rallies it, and you all form up, and you push back against the elves. Can you give me 2 attack rolls, please?
I wouldn't have been a samurai at that point, so I guess I couldn't use, I have used fighting spirit, but I'll give you 2 attack rolls. 25 and a 16.
Sick. That's a nice fat average of 20.5. So yeah, now rebolstered by your sort of brother, and there's a war cry which you join that war cry. You didn't realize you could even roar so loudly, but perhaps it was the adrenaline, perhaps it was just resonating with your brother's cries, but you just felt this strength with just this fire that was starting to kindle and just blaze within you as you charge in with your sword, and with the first swing you cut down 2 elves. You see another one of your brothers is again one of your closest friends. It's like, I can't lose him too. As he takes a spear to the shoulder, you come down and bring your sword to the top of this elf's head. Cut straight through the helmet. It stops in his sternum. A couple of tugs against it, and you end up having to use your foot to just pull this blade out of this elven corpse. And as you sort of survey the battle, it seems that the goblins with your show of might and with your commander, you seem to be sort of getting the upper hand now and starting to push this, starting to repel these elves. Tell me what happens next.
As I helped up my comrade, I sooner learned his name, Dror. As Dror and I, we continued on our battle. After helping him up, we stood back to back, fighting the enemy. The line had broken and it was now turned into a skirmish. Saw the commander off in the side. He goes like sort of shivers. Never seen a man fight like a beast like that before. I saw he had been shot, stabbed, and slashed. But it did not matter to him. He kept fighting, for he knew that all he had behind himself was but mere boys, not yet shaped by the horrors of war. But he was, and he fought like 10 powerful hobgoblins. My, was it a sight. He kept fighting, until, in the end, a bugbear battalion, one of those sneaky types, came around and saved us, luckily. I believe we would have not lived that day, shouldn't they have already been tracking that group that had ambushed us. And in the end, 14 good soldiers and good boys were lost. My first battle was a bloodbath, and one that I do not wish to recall often.
Well, thank you for sharing with me. Yes.
Problem.
The dark times do shape us. It's just, this is totally out of scene that would work with Mike Myers, so I'm just going to do it myself now.
Mm-hmm.
It's such moments shape a man. Make us stronger.
Yes.
Sometimes it makes us crazier. It all depends on how we handle the animals inside us. So what about you then, sir? What got you into scams and thievery? Yes, I've seen you looking at my coin purse. Don't worry, there's only stones in there. You'll never find my actual gold.
Technically, it wasn't me, it was my red here, but the technicalities aside. Well, I've been in I've been in this from the beginning, let's say.
How did you get into it?
I was an orphan, and I was found by this amazing fellow, Dusk, and he took us in, and there was a lot of others as well. We had this kind of family deal going, you know. So yes, I've been in the business from the beginning. We had to somehow make life, food, you know, it is quite necessary.
Sometimes you struggle to make ends meet. In plenty of places. Very often, when we see choice, there isn't.
That is correct. No, actually, I think there is always choice. The choice is sometimes just different than the choice we see. Our choice wasn't to steal or not to steal. Our choice was to steal from. We choose that we target mostly evil, well, morally questionable people who were seeking the glory and accumulation of wealth, letting others suffer from starvation without batting an eye.
Ah, it's kind of like the tale of Sparrow Cowl. So tell me about one of your scams.
Let's see. There was this one time. It was a very long time ago. I was running with a different gang, not Khozak and the others. I looked different back then. All of us did actually. It was Michael. It was just Dave and myself. The three of us were going in this job, so to say. There was this rich noble in the city coming in for a visit, and boasting with all his might and glory, he posted the route his carriage is going to take. Big mistake. I don't have to tell you why. Actually, that was the job that made it necessary for myself to look for a new group. Didn't hit quite the happy ending, and it is partially my fault. However, I do still think that I am in the right.
What was the job? So was it the mechanics? Actually, what was the machination?
Ambush the carriage of the noble.
Ah, okay. Give me.
Strip him from his unnecessary wealth.
Okay. Let's see then. Give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Okay. So you were sufficiently hidden. So that bit didn't go wrong for you. So you sprung your ambush. Yeah. Let's see. Perception check.
Perception. Now that's a different story.
Okay. So you were tasked to sort of get the I don't know the anatomy of a carriage, the seat, the driving seat. You were sort of tasked to sort of hop up on that and basically stop the carriage. There's a few other people that are somewhat agile to get, they're agile enough to get on top of that thing, but ultimately you needed to stop the thing down. So you either had to distract the guy or stop it and some way get over the reins and pull it. You didn't...
I have a very specific idea on how the situation went wrong.
We need to do some rolling. So
okay.
that's the game. We don't know how these things go.
Yeah.
But yeah, you didn't see the dagger. And you got, as a result, you got stabbed. So you couldn't quite slow it in the car. In fact, he was, in your dismay as you sort of fell back on this dagger, is when he hit the reins and sent the horses to start galloping. As he's trying to shove you off the carriage, there's one of your party members that's on the top of the carriage is struggling to hold on. What happened next?
Well, the carriage hit something. Wheels go flying. Michael from the top falling down.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check. With disadvantage, you've been stabbed. Oh. Fall knocked you unconscious, only briefly. As you started staggering up, you could see the rest of your band running away from the scene. They didn't come to help you or your man on the back. It's only because of your unconscious state where it was assumed that you were dead, and as you sort of start to stir, you saw them just flat out execute your man that tried holding on to the back of the carriage, trying to get you at aid, presumably, or maybe holding on for his own dear life. You're not quite sure. But you saw them hold his arms and cut him. You laid there. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to suggest I leave it at what happens next. The intelligent thing to do is to play possum. Is that what happened?
Yeah. Yes, it was my fault. And Michael died from it. I can never repay the debt that just Dave still forgave me for getting his brother murdered in a job, but he both know what they were getting into. Dave ran, Michael dead, I playing dead. After some time when they left, there was only me, the body, and what we thought was a rock at first. The carriage ran over after I got stabbed and the ropes were pulled. Actually, it was a dog. The carriage broke his legs, and I was very down in this, gathering whatever I could. I tried my best to at least save him. And so I did, and I fixed his leg, and ever since is my companion residing in, and he kinda caresses the ring on his finger for a bit. Well, let's say, with me.
You stayed with his profession. I mean, presumably they didn't go all this badly.
Well, food still needed to be brought to the table. There are rich people still needing punishment. There was no reason to stop, except another crew needed to be gathered. Dave has lost enough. He exited the profession and started to play music. He's actually quite good. I'm pretty sure you heard him on the streets sometimes. But yes, and eventually I have run into Skitter and Tepin. And then Khozak, and now we are here.
Dave the Traveling Busker, yeah. Oh yeah. I saw him play. He's incredible. He sings, he plays. I don't think I've ever seen him play the same instrument twice.
Yes. So, in an aspect, Dave is my brother. We grew up together in this kind of urchin situation, and well, yes, that is the story how I got into this crew.
So tell me about a time where things didn't go so bad. Maybe an exciting one, a fun one.
Oh, a fun one. You see, the fun ones I usually don't really remember because I was drunk as a... Fuck, I don't even remember how drunk. But yes.
Yeah. We could leave it as that. Yeah. So you get a couple of more sort of stories out from the both of you. But generally we see with sort of Xander that is like, there is some dark times, but there is also some beauty to it. There's a finesse, there's an art form to it. There's a camaraderie. And Khozak, you sort of seeing a certain synergy, with this sort of, brothers in arms, the risk to life, high stakes, high reward, and there's some elements of betrayal in there, where people have sort of let you down a bit, but there's also some moments where, where valor wins out. So you kind of find, as you hear in these stories between each other, you start to find a little bit more found respect, and you're starting to realize there's a lot more. You two have a lot more in common than you thought. One being a rogue, one being a soldier. You think they're being completely different, but that it seems to be, there's death in both, there's courage in both, there's hardship in both, and there's victory in both. And it seems what drives you both are actually quite similar. You just walk in different paths that happen to be running quite parallel to one another. And as you're talking these stories, you're starting to sort of rediscover why you kind of fell in love with each other, with your own trade. You know, you start to realize that maybe I'm better at this than I thought, you know. Yeah, there's some dark times where shit happens, but I'm actually fucking good at this. You know, Khozak, you realize, like, I'm a good fucking soldier. I'm a really good soldier. You know, and Xander's thinking, like, fucking hell, they talk about these scams, like how the hell we pulled those off. There's the moments of brilliance. And it's almost like, like I said, you re-fall in love with your trades all over again. And despite the fact that you've been going more or less in a straight line down this road, you come across a town. This town looks very familiar. And you realise that you're heading back into Warmar.
Marwa?
Warmar. Marwar. Marwar. Place names. Hang on.
Swimming in the ocean.
Marwar. Yeah. In a straight line. Yeah. Well, it's an old saying where some people are born great, some people become great, and some have greatness thrust upon them. I got a feeling that you two are going to make some big changes to this world. And I think the universe is kind of showing you where those changes are going to occur. I think maybe we stop walking away from the lighthouse, start moving towards it. That's actually, it's a terrible analogy. You don't go near the right legs. What I'm looking for, moving away from the signs and start moving towards them. I need a metaphor.
So is this your final metaphor, or is there more of them?
No, there's got to be a metaphor. Actually, no, I'm going to do that. No, actually, that's a terrible metaphor. I'm going to do that. That's a terrible metaphor. You don't go towards the lighthouse. You know what I mean.
Right.
Go where the universe beckons you.
That's the one.
Also, you try this ale. It's fantastic.
I don't mind. I'll take a jug.
That's your tankard. Keep the tankards. I got plenty of them.
Oh.
Can you believe, Austin, that this man right here, this soldier, was drunk under the table by an axolotl? Real shit, I was there, it happened, I saw it. Marvelous drinking competition.
Was she actually drinking it, or was she pouring it into the plant pot? May want to check that plant out. Might be withering. Drooping. A little bit drunk like.
Khozak looks a little smirky towards Xander.
That is actually a good point. Devin is not the most honest. After all, she's in the gang as well.
She isn't the most honest. I barely believe anyone here is honest about nothing.
Our job does not get done without being dishonest.
Guess so.
Well, this is my stop, and this is where I leave you.
Where will you go now?
Guess I'll go do more spying, I suppose. Kind of found that I fell in love with it all over again, telling those stories. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
And
give him a bro face before we leave.
yeah, he returns the bro face. Yeah, the sort of clip of the prancing horse as it sort of banks around the sort of corner to head towards the park. As it just sort of leaves the sort of parking lot, and the moment it goes around the corner of the building, the clip clops immediately stop.
Dude was a Feylord. All those fucking stories about him going into top secret areas. being, and he puts up quotation marks, tortured, and these long, elaborate ways of killing him. Makes no sense. I don't believe him. Why would you do that?
I did feel like he was not a regular person. It was more of like an immortal kind of entity. But it's good.
Lord.
It is good after all, no? I think I felt that travel was quite pleasurable, beneficial even.
The bit about tuna with laser beams was a bit much.
Yeah.
Tuna fish with fucking laser beams attached to their freaking heads.
Yeah, that one was when I knew it was just about to become a cesspit of just bullshit.
Okay. I might have not understood the story. Please explain to me, what is a laser?
Right, yeah, that's what I didn't understand about this whole thing. This tuna had some sort of contraption on her head that made it shoot some sort of concentrated fire, like fucking beam
With
lightning
lightning wands attached to their head. There you go.
Oh,
wands
yeah.
of lightning attached to their head. Tuna fish with wands of lightning attached to their head.
No fucking sense.
Could it be that the tuna was actually a metaphor for an archmage?
But why would you use that sort of analogy for a fucking archmage? Oh yeah, I fought some sort of big bad, super intelligent guy, and I'm gonna refer to him as a tuna.
Well,
And there's 7 of them.
yes, that is a fair point, but after all, it is a Faelord, creature of chaos. Also, who says that he speaks the language perfectly? He might as well thought that tuna actually meant archmage.
my face is hurting from
Khozak
smiling
makes
and
the most
laughing.
odd,
So
like,
much.
you gotta be shitting me face. Like, I have been, Xander, I have been on 7 planes. No fucking way there is anyone out there that says tuna as archmage.
Okay, then maybe it is it could be a play on words. Do you speak Fae?
No. I don't think I do, at least. Nah.
Maybe the word in Fae for archmage is quite similar to the word for tuna in Fae, and therefore it is a play on words. Because those archmages are always up to something fishy.
Right. You know what? I'll probably go ask one of the others if they know, hey, do you know if tuna is the same thing as archmage in something else language? So I sure shit don't believe it.
As it, yeah, as you may discover one day when that question gets asked, I'm going to put it out there in case I forget, that it in fact does. What it is, they refer to as mage fish. For some reason, they took the name of archmage fish. That's what it is. So the fish would actually named after the name they have for archmage. So it's not archmage; it's another name as well, which means like superior. It's like a superior mage. It's almost like a superlative. When you're est, like big, bigger, biggest. So it's almost like a superlative to mage, magest. Would be the closest the translation for it. But yeah, the fish were actually taking the name Magist. And that's where he got confused. He was trying to think of the word for it, and he went, tuna?
Right.
I know you call him tuna, so I'm assuming that you also call Archmage tuna as well.
So yeah, well, don't know that yet. Khozak will, what we do now? We went on a trip just to go round.
Well, if a Faelord tells you that that your future adventure lies here, then you look for the adventure.
And meanwhile, you hear the screams and the nagging of this lady weasel again, and the sort of the familiar sort of voice of the weasel. All right, fucking Karen, I'll do it now. He steps outside the house. Disheveled Weasel Lord, sort of hands shaking from like emotional overload, pulling out a cigarette and sparking it up. And yeah, I'll cue you in. I'm not going to speak for you, Weasel Lord, but you see them there.
Never in my life of conquest have I heard such a foe bellow such a war cry. What the hell was that?
Oh, that's the third ex-wife.
How?
She wants me to sign more contracts so I can keep paying alimony. Would you be interested in a patron?
No, I have one.
How about you?
Sorry, are we talking about like monetary patronage or?
Oh no, arcane powers from the vast cosmos and this and that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do my own arcane powers. I inherited some and I make good use of it.
Cool. I think there's a primary school around here somewhere. I'll just get some kids to sign up, it'll be fine.
Didn't I see you like a little while ago with Teppan?
Oh yeah, she signed up. You know, that was pretty good. Made a lot of profit on that deal already.
That's great to hear. What's the ratings that goes for a newly assigned person under you?
Basically, it's a standard Warlock patronage agreement whereby I lend you power which you then grow as some form of interest generating account, and then when you die I regain that power back from you. So it depends on how much you level up over time, which is a kind of a meta collimetry, but the thing is she's leveled up quite a few times already, so I've already gained tons.
Right, so the investment is a continuously growing one, which you then benefit from because she's with us and she finds herself to become overly powerful at an unreasonably amount of time.
Yeah, it's almost as if there's some kind of second meta patron who's donating channel points or something.
Right, that one, yeah.
I'm sorry. My name is Xander. I have a suggestion. Have you ever thought about making your warlocks be able to recruit other warlocks for you?
Kind of inverse funnel scheme you're suggesting.
Yes, I would call it, let's see, what's similar to a funnel revert? Let's say a pyramid scheme, that is the similar shape, yeah?
No,
Won't that become
those are
wildly...
illegal.
Why hasn't anyone homebrewed that?
What, but isn't that becoming wildly like inflated if your warlocks start to funnel through themselves to you? Won't that become the potency of the power that you receive won't it become diluted?
That's true. If you create some kind of warlock feedback loop cycle, it might create some kind of infinite energy generation, which might attract some elder being from beyond time and space.
Well, we can't have that.
Yeah. Other beings from beyond time and space are typically a bad omen, yes.
I mean, this is the thing. They detect such an infinite power source, and then they come across the vast blind eternities and destroy the entire plane in pursuit of such power.
Oh, right. We wouldn't
Man
want
knows his craft.
That's why I'm an ethical patron.
Okay. Let's maybe put a pin in this pyramid thing and not think about it ever again.
But yeah, if you can find me some, like legitimate people who want to sign up as patrons, the poor, the destitute, the huddled masses,
Would I be able to receive a monetary compensation for recommendations for people to sign up?
Well, Xander, you're poor. You could join up.
I can pay you in either weasels or magical arcane powers.
I haven't checked the rating for weasels in a long time, but I don't assume they're going too well.
No, not since they gained sentience in this village and have formed a functioning economy.
Oh my god. Eventually they're gonna unionize and everything. The union of the weasels.
No, they're not gonna fall for those squirrel lies.
That is a good thing.
I mean, us squirrels are a noble capitalist people, and our reign will last eternal.
Weasels.
We'll never be overthrown by some kind of communist utopia or some kind of constitutional monarchy. That would never happen.
do we just have this conversation?
I don't know, I blacked out for a second, I don't know what I was saying.
So you're another Fey Lord, yeah?
Well, I suppose if we're gonna get technical about it.
Xander, how can we keep bumping into all of these Fey Lords all the time? We literally just got off the carriage for one, and then there's another here.
Oh,
Well, listen,
okay,
listen.
there may or may not be a portal to the Feywild inside the hive, but we don't talk about that.
Do fake usually tend to fall for clever cons?
I mean, it would have to be incredibly clever.
I take it as a challenge.
Very well, a challenge it shall be. Can I have your name?
Rufus Magnifying Glass.
Did you just look at that roof with a magnifying glass over there on it and come up with that name?
No?
Look over at the roof with the magnifying glass on. All right.
Magnifying roof. It's a
As part of my vast cosmic powers, you know I can detect lies at will, right?
Also, you're not
technically-
also you're not a fiend, so you'd be all right giving your name.
Yes, but to a Fey. But
Said he's
technically,
technically a Fey.
I have been called that before, therefore it could qualify as a name.
Yeah, some kind of pseudonym.
Yes, let's go with that. I am going to sign up by the alias of Rufus Magnifying Glass.
Wait, so you're actually going to sign up and be a patron? Well,
No, to the
Patron,
challenge.
Warlock.
To the challenge, I mean.
ah, right, to the challenge.
Yes.
Specifically the challenge.
Yes. I do believe that if I would sign up as a warlock, that would kind of conflict with my existing powers.
Well, your challenge to outwit me then is clearly to pay my alimony and win the love of my ex-wife.
Good luck with that one. Which one? And how many? 'Cause you said 3.
Well, I said
The third one at least. Yeah, the third one.
Technically there were 7. Honestly, the 5th onwards were just completely mistakes. Well, actually, no.
Does
3rd onwards.
Does morally questionable source magic out of is that out of the question?
What was the question?
Is morally highly questionable magic out of the question?
Well, what is the question?
The question is if it can be used for the purposes of the challenge.
Well, of course, if you obtain highly questionable immoral magics.
Very well, I shall see to your challenge in a couple of streams.
That would be
no.
alright.
Yes, I have to travel upstream and then back, you know.
Right. Okay.
How about you, little hobgoblin? What would you like for Weaselmas?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
I don't know what I want from you.
I mean, can't interest you in some kind of crazed battle of wits with terrible consequences, arcane powers beyond imagining. I mean,
Well,
do you want wishes? People generally like wishes. Wishes are always a good one.
yeah, but don't they have like an extra thing to them, like a monkey's paw or something?
Oh yeah, but that's part of the fun.
Right. You seem like a very straightforward Fey Lord, or supposed Fey Lord.
Technical failure.
Technical Fey Lord. Maybe, possibly, who knows. However, I do already have someone that looks after me. His mightiness, McLubiot.
Ah, McGilliard.
And I don't
Good guy.
find myself trying to contrive between having to worship too. I don't know if your thing comes with worship.
Oh no, it's not really worship. It's just a mutual agreement of a power-sharing scheme, where you have the power ipso facto until the end of your life, at which point it is recouped by myself.
Right, but what if the way it goes that my soul is destined to continue to fight in Acheron for all of eternity when I die due to my
No,
worship.
You still get to do that. It's just that you lose all the power you gained through me. So you'll arrive to fight, but you'll be much weaker.
Right, I don't want that.
No, it doesn't mean weaker than you are now. It just means that you're going to have a power that's going to, gather interest as you get stronger. The power will get stronger with you. Then he gets the power back on any point.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but when I die and I come to Acheron and I become weaker than I was before, then it makes no sense, and I don't know why we would do that.
No. You become weaker than you were with the power, not weaker than you are now.
Yeah. I mean, you
only lose the power. You only lose the power he
just
gives
lose the power
you
gain.
and the interest you gain on it. It's kind of like it's like property investment.
Yes. It's just a simple lease scheme.
Well, you said scheme, so I don't want it.
Deal. Lease deal.
I don't want
Let's
it.
not let's not turn everybody into a fucking weasel warlock subclass, please.
I will continue until everyone serves.
I hold my ground. The person with the highest wisdom score.
Or maybe I'll just sort of like say just that everybody gets everybody that gets a pseudo pack just gets Eldritch Blast and I've done with it.
Actually, that's the important point. Do either of you have charisma of 13 or higher, or am I wasting my time with you idiots?
Well, I have a charisma of 4, so you're wasting your time here.
Yeah, you're useless. You can't even have the vast charismatic powers required to pull off being a warlock.
I don't need.
You need the
I don't need them.
showmanship.
I'm sorry. I am literally a con artist. I have the charisma of the
Which is
maximum.
the fourth wall is just rubble at this point now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just falling down.
It's just
Like we're looking right at them, and they're looking right at us.
yeah.
Jeez.
So this.
I waste my time with someone who mechanically doesn't have the potential to be a warlock.
Yes.
I'm gonna slow down this.
I need another. What's that? I need another 9 charisma before I can even start considering it.
I'm gonna have to
Well,
show you.
kid, come back to me after you've got that 9 charisma. I'll work out a deal.
Maybe I could get a minor pact with a feat. Who knows?
Well, that's the point. We could set you up as a familiar for another warlock.
Wait, what?
Xander's eyes just start glowing.
Would you like to consider a pact of the chain, good sir? We have this excellent familiar here available for you.
That does sound a lot like slavery with chain involved,
Another chain is
which I am not opposed to.
I mean, think of all the cosmic powers you would both gain from such a deal. You getting the pact of the chain abilities, you getting the abilities that the pact of the chain bestows upon you through him, me getting interest from both of you. Everyone wins except the people who lose.
But no one loses, so everyone wins, right? That's how you worded it.
Deception roll.
So anyway, this I'm gonna just sort of like fast forward this sort of conversation. We get to this. You guys are actually gonna approach the point that's like, oh, by the way, we're supposed to like grab you to meet at the entrance of the hive. Is that happening at any point, or no, or does this just we just going off like we just like
Right.
grinding the rubble of like with of the fourth wall and determined to turn it into just like a line of sand.
We'll rebuild it and we'll just sort of have like a little peek hole.
Okay, with a peek hole.
Yeah.
All right.
Only one can look through it at a time.
Well, we're 7 minutes to finish time. So I'm going to say this sort of comes up. I tell you what, Matt, can you give me a D20, please? Actually, give me a D100. That's simpler. You don't
I
have
am
a
not
sheet.
in the game. I cannot roll.
Oh,
I
right.
give Ozzy the right to roll on my behalf.
You
Is
get
for
it.
robots?
19. Yeah, you get no fucking luck with anyone on this. Nobody out in the street. It's late it's late evening time. You know, the squirrel commander's probably looking at his sundial, which isn't working because it's fucking dusk. Going like, where the fuck is this weasel lord? What's happening? Because the rest of the party is just absolutely bomb-bursted now. A complete bunch of fucking chaotic gremlins. Yeah. And shit talking continues until next week, I suppose. Let's find you some more D&D content. Stick around for 250 points. And I need to do something with that NPC name pool because I got 20 names in there now. There's no fucking way I'm going to get through that.
Yeah, a new one just got added. Dwayne the Earth Genasi.
I think what I'll do is I'll go through it, the ones that I don't want to... I did say I was going to honour those, but I wasn't expecting so many of them. I think I'll go through the ones that are just a bit too shit and I'll just reject them. So you'll get the points back. I didn't realise... When I said I'll honour them all, I didn't realise you get the points back if I reject it. So a bunch of people are going to get 200 bunches of 200 points back that have been pouring into that. Looks like it's a lot of Miss Weasel, so it means that you're probably going to be hitting level 10 some point fucking soon. Anyway, let's get some of the content of the D&D kind.
Dwarf Down Under is making some... The Dwarf Down Under, fuck words, is making some D&D content. Homebrewing, I think.
Where is he? Dwarf
Yeah,
Down
he's
Under.
only a good match.
Remy's game episode, The Haunting in Silverstone. It's a game. That's a game. That's a game. That's a game. Dwarf Down Under. Yep.
Down Under.
Down Under. So we go back to General, and we give him a different raid. /raid. Yeah, I know it wasn't like the usual. It's hit or miss with this, but we're getting better. We're getting better. Rock the Dwayne Johnson. Fucking hell.
My God.
The podcast. We probably should do podcast. Anyway, off now. Go raid. Make lots of noise for the Dwarf Down Under. He's a fucking great guy. Always give us a big shout out.
Yes.
Cheers, guys.
Invite me to the podcast. Goodbye.
Man.
A group of enemies that would be like a medium encounter that would have...
Matt, you're still joining the...
But with only like 2 or 3 people.
The,
Tabletop Arcade, how are you
Western
doing?
game, right?
Welcome, Tabletop Arcade.
Yeah, I'm going to watch the game later today.
Okay,
Welcome,
nice,
welcome.
nice.
I'm the Dwarf and D.